Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show. Just ahead, we check in with Paul Woeppel with the Alamo Area Corvette Club. Mr. Mars reviews the 2021 VW Atlas. We check with our weekly events calendar, and we'll have the stories making auto news headlines this week. That and more just ahead on today's In Wheel Time car show for Saturday, April 10th, 2021. Woo-hoo. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, and Jeffrey Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday for our live broadcast. If you're listening on a podcast afterwards, well, welcome to you as well. All right, time now to talk to, a friend of the show. His name is Paul Woeppel, and he is with the Alamo Area Corvette Club. And we're not going to be able to see, for those of you that actually watch the video portion of the show, we're not going to be able to see Paul, but we'll be able to hear Paul. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Well, it's great.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Very well, thank you. It's good to be with you this morning. And the Alamo Area Corvette Club. Well, you know what? I've been kind of looking for a road trip, and I'm thinking, well, where are you?
We're located in San Antonio.
You're in San Antonio. Well, I think that I read somewhere about Boerne.
So we have events that happen in Boerne, yes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm kind of alluding to, the fact that you guys have an event coming up in Boerne, do you not?
No, that is actually being put on by the Texas Corvette Association. They're another club in San Antonio, which I'm also a member of.
Okay. Well, I guess it's either on your website or Facebook or something.
I'm not sure where I got that from there.
Yeah,
so
all right.
Boerne is the
home.
No,
it's on our website. We support their club, and they support our club.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's a mutual thing.
Okay. So what do you got going this weekend? Besides talking to us.
Nothing this weekend. We're looking forward to the car show in Boerne. That right now they got 270 plus cars registered. They're probably going to get up to about 400 cars in downtown Boerne. So that'll be a lot of cars out there.
That'll be a ton of cars in Boerne. That'd be a cool show. And is it's open to all brands?
It's open to all brands, but usually they bring in about, I would say, 250, 300 Corvettes. That makes up the show right there.
We'll have to see if Don Wetzel's bringing his 35 Chevy to the show. A friend of mine lives out in San Antonio.
You'd enjoy it. It's beautiful downtown.
Oh, yeah. We did a couple of years ago, I did the Veterans show up in Bastrop, and that was well worth the trip. And another big show that's supported by all the locals. So when you say you support the other club's activity, will you guys be there as your club helping them facilitate the show, or just support by going?
So our club will be cruising in, and we'll probably bring in about 20 of our own Corvettes to the event, and then we normally help wherever they need help at, parking people and stuff like that. I mean, it's a mutual relationship with them.
Well, what kind of event is it? I mean, is it going to be a car show?
A judged show?
Yes, it's a car show. Yeah, it's a car show. Yeah, you'll have all varieties of cars there.
Okay.
They fill up the entire downtown part of Boerne.
Wow. So is it a one-day event or is it a weekend event?
So the car show's for one day, and then on the following day they do a hill country cruise. Whoever signs up for it, they can actually go do
I want to do that. Are you going to send me an invitation?
He just did.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'll be looking for it in the snail mail.
You got it.
Donald will be there in his 2001.
I'm sorry. Say again.
So there's another event you might be interested in. There's one called Corvette Invasion that happens in Bastrop. I don't know if you all have ever heard of that one.
No. That's why we have you here, to tell us all about that.
So Corvette Invasion is going to happen the 16th through the 18th of July. It used to originate out at Circuit of Americas, but the city of Bastrop actually called them up and said, hey, would you mind putting your event downtown in Bastrop? So 2 years ago, they moved it out there, and it's you know how pretty it is out there. So they've been doing it out there the last 2 years. Last year they had to cancel it, but it's a great venue. And then on Sunday, they actually let the Corvettes go off to Circuit of Americas and do parade laps on the track.
What, at 150 miles an hour, or how does that? No,
I'm not gonna attest to that.
Yeah. Aha. See, he's my kind of guy.
Well, it's a short ride from Bastrop to Coda. When it's always, and Bastrop really welcomes, as a city, they welcome automotive events, which is kind of cool that the downtown area says, hey, bring your show to us. And you can basically absorb all of downtown with all of your show cars.
Well, since they put that we would call it a bypass, an elevated freeway out there through Bastrop, now you don't have to stop at Bastrop, although I will say there is a Buc-ee's there.
That's
that
right.
I always
as you come into town.
I always pull off and go to the Buc-ee's and then get back on the road. So I always stop there and support everybody in Bastrop by shopping at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other nice shops, too. You can buy things.
Yeah, there's good food in Bastrop as well.
The independently owned family shops, those are cool to look at.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like tons of fun. So how do we get registered and on the bucket list, as it were?
For the Corvette
so the website's CorvetteInvasion.com, and it'll give you all the details for that.
Okay. And what about the Alamo Area Corvette Club? If you got stuff posted on there, I'm good with that.
So we just did our show for Triple H Equitherapy in March. We had 128 cars show up for that event. That was our first time doing it. And we raised money for this facility that uses horses to treat people with PTSD and disabilities, because they found out horses are kind of like dogs. When people get close to them, they it calms the nerves and they really get used to being around them. So we supported that charity. And then in the fall, we do a toy drive for the Fisher House. And if you're not familiar with the Fisher House supports military families that have loved ones that are in the hospital being treated. So a lot of times the families have to pick up their bags, travel to the base where the military member is being treated. And a lot of times the kids are pulled along with them. When they arrive there, they don't have toys or anything like that. So we gather up a bunch of toys and drop them off to the Fisher Houses, which are located on the military bases here in San Antonio. And that way, when the kids arrive, they have toys to play with while the family is looking after the loved ones.
Yeah, very nice. Well, most Corvette clubs that I'm familiar with always have charities that they support and do quite a good job at it. And obviously, yours is one of them. We've got several Corvette clubs here in the Houston area, and I haven't really reached out to any of the Corvette clubs here locally. I used to be a member of the San Jacinto Corvette Club, one of the oldest in Texas, and maybe the original one in Texas, and then moved from there to start our own called Corvettes of Houston, which oddly enough, there was a car dealership called Corvettes of Houston, and I think they've changed the name of it since then, but whatever the case may be. So I was a member for a couple of years, and I really would love to get back into the club thing. So many of the club events take place on Saturday, and it's difficult for me to do Saturdays since I'm doing the car show. I don't want the car show to go away, so I have to bypass the Saturday events unless we're obviously at the event. But Sundays are good days for me, and I love road trips, and San Antonio is a nice road trip for a Saturday afternoon to drive there, meet up with everybody, have some beverages on Saturday night, and then get up on Sunday and do a fun run or show or whatever.
What a beautiful couple of weekends right now to go out and take some of these hill country cruises, because it's bluebonnet season. It's a gorgeous ride. We can actually get another picture of you out in the bluebonnet field.
Sure, exactly. Laying down in the bluebonnets this time.
I don't think they're
gonna
blooming.
have clothes on this time.
No, stop.
No.
What? What'd you say?
I don't think the bluebonnets are blooming right now.
Absolutely they are.
Obviously, Jeff doesn't get out very much.
No, I don't.
Yeah, we know. So, Paul, do you ever do anything here in the Houston? Y'all ever get together and come to the Houston area?
We used to go down there. I'm trying to remember the event that was down there by the NASA area. There was a Corvette event down there that we'd gone to a couple of times. But lately we spent more time in West Texas. There's an event that happens in October called Big Bend Octane Fest. And we started it about 4 years ago, and it's out the Big Bend, Terra Lingua, Marfa area. It's where Carroll Shelby used to test drive all his GT350s back in the day.
So you guys invade it with Corvettes, huh?
Say again?
So you invade that area with Corvettes?
Absolutely, yeah. We invaded with Corvettes, and we hooked up with some Mustangs, and then some Vipers piled on, and now we got some Ferraris, and now we have some Ford GTs, because I didn't realize how scenic West Texas was until we went out there, because Fort Davis, McDonald's Observatory is out there, which is the darkest part of the United States, which I didn't know. And then there's roads that just go miles and miles of straightness, and it's just beautiful scenery out there. So we do that once a year out there.
And when is that?
October.
It's the October 8th or the 11th.
Wow. Well, that's one of those kind of an events that you would make a stop in San Antonio on a Saturday and hook up with you guys, and then whenever it is that you leave from San Antonio to go out to West Texas. See, I'm always thinking ahead. That's my kind of stuff.
That's a beautiful part of the country out there. It really is.
It's very beautiful. Yeah, and the weather's perfect. We wake up in the morning. The weather's typically around 40 degrees.
Sure. And
then the cars love the cold air. And then by the time we get done around 1 or 2, you're done driving. You sit back and you relax for a while, and
sounds like my kind of event.
Long, straight roads that are pretty unoccupied and possibly kind of blocked off a little bit. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I don't think they're blocked off.
Well, there's a couple
the word gets out.
Yeah. But
leave them alone.
There is a couple of road races out there that they do block the highways off.
Right.
And
that's the Big Bend Open Road Race.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah. So I'm at a point in my life where I don't really need to do. I don't need to press the limits of the C5 Corvette. So I'm okay with that. I know that it'll do whatever it'll do, but just knowing that is comfort enough. I don't mind, getting it up to 100, but that's about all she wrote for me these days.
So there's a part of the route that we take. It's called River Road. It parallels the Rio Grande. So you're actually looking over to the left and seeing Mexico.
I think I'm sorry, Paul, but I think at this point I would kind of avoid that area.
Right now, you might have to dodge a lot of civilian traffic.
Yeah, running across the freeway.
Traffic.
Yeah, running across the roadway.
Yeah, believe it or not, because it borders the Mexico side of Big Bend, it's not that bad. But the roads are fantastic to drive. I mean, I can't extend how nice it is to drive down through there.
Is that partially the roads are so well maintained because it's within the state park?
Yes,
Yeah.
A lot of tourists out that area, so yeah.
Well, one of the things that we didn't ask you, what kind of Corvette do you have, Paul?
I have a 2017 Grand Sport.
Well, of course you do. I wouldn't expect anything less. So, do you have any Corvette race cars that are on the street right now? Not you personally, but in your club.
So we have one guy that races a C4, a vintage C4, and he races in what they call the Sports Car Vintage Racing Association. Every November at COTA, they race out there for the Grand Championship. But he's the only guy in our club that actually has a purebred race car.
Yeah. And everybody else are casual people like you and me that just enjoy our cars.
Corvettes, yeah.
Absolutely, yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, Corvette customers are passionate folks. They when I was assigned to the Bowling Green assembly plant for 10 years, they were passionate enough to let us know at General Motors what they didn't like about them.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was, there's all kinds of different stories of customers calling Bowling Green and giving them their opinion of what things they would like to see in the future and what things they don't want to see any more of. So
General Motors actually listened to that?
Well, the people at the Bowling Green assembly plant do, for sure. They actively had they've got, people that'll answer the phone and talk to the Corvette customers. There's pretty...
Paul, have you ever been to the Bowling Green assembly plant?
I have. I was up there. They did what they call the Corvette Caravan, which they did the 25th anniversary of the Corvette 2 years ago. So a bunch of the Corvettes, especially from Houston, we met up with them up by Arkansas border. And probably, I would say, about 2,000 Corvettes convened on the Corvette Museum for that. It's pretty nice.
And the museum and the assembly plant are pretty much work hand in hand in what they're doing. Did you take yours as a museum delivery? Your
No,
2017?
no. But I don't know if you're familiar, but they put in a brand new racetrack right across the highway there that the Corvette Museum owns, and you get to actually test drive your Corvette through there.
Really? When you go pick it up?
When you go pick it up,
Yep.
well, what about somebody that has a C5? Would I be able to? I turned that off.
Yeah.
Would I be able to take my C5 over there to that racetrack?
Absolutely, yeah. We did track time out there, and there were C5, C4s, a couple of C1s, believe it or not. But, you get to take it up there. Part of it is designed after the Virginia International Raceway. So when you drive through it, you got the bridge overhead and tunnel below. So it's a pretty nice drive.
How fun.
Well, they are car enthusiasts and very much Corvette enthusiasts all throughout Bowling Green. You know, the fun thing is, when you see a lot of these spy shots of future Corvettes, generally it's a caravan of pilot cars that are going out of Bowling Green on test drives out west of Bowling Green, and then coming back where they get a lot of those photographs. I had a chance to go on a couple of those drives, and that's always fun. We did the original Z06 drive in 2002. So.
All right. So what is the next thing besides a Corvette Club meeting that I absolutely abhor any of those?
There went your invitation.
Well, they don't like you showing up either, Don.
Well,
it's a mutual thing.
The meeting part of clubs is like, can't the officers go do that? Because I don't care about all that. You just make the rules. I'll live by the rules. I don't want to get involved in all of that.
They're going to make you read the minutes.
I ain't going to read no damn minutes. I can tell you that. So, Paul, what's the next thing you guys got coming up?
The
invasion?
No, believe it or not, I won't make invasion. The Black Hills, South Dakota Corvette Club put together a caravan from the east coast of South Dakota to the west coast. And so we're hooking up with them mid-July, right before Corvette Invasion. So we're actually going to stop in Lawson, Oklahoma, for a Corvette Club up there that's putting on a car show. And then we're going up to South Dakota, going from Grand Forks, which is on the East Coast, and we're going all the way to Spearfish on the left-hand side.
So are you just independently wealthy, Paul, and you can take all this time off from work? Are you retired, or how does that work?
I'm retired, enjoying life, so, life's good.
Sounds like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we want to be you.
Yeah.
That's the way that works. I mean, all this time off. I would love to take all that time off, but just not quite ready to do that.
Plus,
yet.
he lives in San Antonio.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Smack dab in the middle of the state, but he's going to Wyoming.
Well,
That's right.
I'm thinking of the food.
The food?
Yeah.
tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's tacos everywhere anymore.
Yeah,
But in Wyoming, you can get elk and bison tacos.
I want the sausage on a stick.
There you go. Bison on a stick.
Bison on a stick. Well, Paul, it's great to talk to you, and we really appreciate the time you've taken this morning to talk to us about the Alamo Area Corvette Club.
And we've posted links to both Corvette Invasion and Octane Fest on our Facebook page as well. So if people that are listening
appreciate it. And you guys are welcome to San Antonio. If you're ever in the area, you got my number, give me a call, and I'll be glad to host you.
We really do appreciate it. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
You do the same. Paul Woeppel, Alamo Area Corvette Club.
Man,
Sounds like
I'd like to do that thing in October.
They are active.
You don't have a Corvette.
Well, we'll take yours. You and Mars
take
can
my
go
damn
out as a couple.
No.
You can finish each other's sentences.
I don't
on the
even
way.
have my own car. I haven't had my own car in a month.
Well, at least it's not sitting out there underneath the tarp and
it's
Susie's
actually-
sleeping on top of
It's
it.
actually getting chilly out to get the front blew through earlier.
Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
Misty. And
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Weatherman.
there you go.
If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for the events calendar.
So, event-wise, tomorrow the Driver City is having a meet at the
Drivers City.
Yep, at the Meineke on 529. Nifty 50s is tonight. The Kima Car Show and meet is tonight. Also,
Do you know the Muffler Man?
do you know the Muffler Man? Is
Do
that a-
you
is that
know
a-
the Muffler Man, the Muffler Man,
Yeah.
the Muffler Man? Do you know the Muffler Man? Mike Temple is his name.
I'm not going to go there at all.
Ta-da.
There's got to be something to
The
that. I
end.
don't want to know. And then again, the 7th annual Demolition Derby is going to be at the Waller County Fairgrounds next weekend. Tomorrow is, the Lone Star Rod and Custom Show is in Austin. They're still having that, aren't they?
I think it's still on, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
It's out there off Decker Lane.
Why wouldn't
downtown.
it be
Oh,
on?
because of COVID.
Count-
It's Austin.
It's Austin.
Austin thinks
Come
it's
on.
San Francisco.
Well, it is pretty much.
Yeah, and then also on the 17th, the Camaro Car Show at the Kemah Boardwalk. On the 18th is the Low Life First Annual Car and Drift Show.
Low life?
Low Life at Speed Sports Racing Park. And then on Sunday, the 25th, is the 24th Annual Tomball Lions Club Car Show at Tomball High School.
They need to put ointment
And then,
on San Francisco.
And then, and then on May 1st is Keels and Wheels 25th Anniversary Concours d'Elegance.
De Elegance.
And we will be there.
I think it's
Come out and
Concours.
join us.
Concours de Elegance.
Concours
Yeah,
d'Elegance.
there's no hard S at the end, though.
Hard ass?
Hard S.
Oh, I'm sorry.
you have
know,
to
you
speak with accents when you go
You
out there.
can't. We. Time now for this hour's
It's
car
French.
review.
Oui.
Please, please.
Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the 2021 VW Atlas.
Ta-da.
This is one of those surprising vehicles to me. This is the second time I've had a chance to drive it, and this was the premium R-Line edition. So that's a trim level. Now we're talking about a mid-size CUV SUV from Volkswagen that really feels a lot bigger than what you would think a mid-size is. Now the one we had, obviously with the premium, we had the 4Motion, which is their version of an all-wheel drive setup. We're talking about 3-row seating. You can get it with 7 or 6 passengers, depending on if you have the second row bucket seats.
Ooh.
But there's 8 different trim levels of this vehicle. And what's really cool, this vehicle, when Volkswagen decided to do this, they designed it for the North America market specifically. And it's built in Tennessee. So there's a lot of things that we as Americans, consumers, like 17 cup holders, that a lot of places in the world, they don't do that. So it's like I said, it was very surprising. Now, we had it in a racing green exterior color. It used to be a fairly popular color, but they put a metallic flavor onto it. It's beautiful out in the sunlight. It really is.
How does it taste?
And we had the complete LED lighting package because this is a kind of like an upgrade this year for it. So we got a new front and rear styling, and for example, the grille goes all the way across between the headlights, touches headlight to headlight for this year. But the new
looks
styling on
And it integrates the LED.
it looks
into the
good.
grill
kind of
lines
puts it all
and stuff,
together.
yeah.
But because of the new styling on the front and the rear of the vehicle, it actually added 3 inches overall length to the vehicle without extending the wheelbase, which that's part of what makes it feel like it's much bigger. So we got a complete LED lighting package that got the automatic front headlights, but it's also got the cornering lights on it, which is a new feature. A lot of people are going to that, and I really like that. We had the heated power side mirrors, and the passenger side mirror has an automatic tilt. You put it in reverse, and it automatically tilts down for you. Not
cool.
the driver's side. The driver's side bugs me because it messes up my vision, but the passenger side, that's real convenient. Since we had the R-Line package, so it's got different badging and different trim levels that go with
So
it.
that's their
including-
performance version.
It is, but it's not really into the engine, so it's more of a trim package. So it's got the 21-inch aluminum wheels on it that are optional because of that. And you go into the interior of it, and you're going to find that we had the brown and black leather seating surfaces that I couldn't. And it is a 3-row vehicle. The front seats are heated,
What were you going to say about the
ventilated.
brown and black seating surfaces?
I said it's very attractive, particularly with the green trim.
I agree.
And so the second row, the outboard seating on it is also heated, but they also slide forward to getting out of it. Right here's a good shot of it where it kind of tilts forward. And supposedly, if you've got a baby seat strapped in it, you can still do the same thing to give you access to the third row. Now, which is a 50-50 fold flat type of seat.
So you and Becky have an announcement to make?
No.
Okay.
Now, if you up front, you're going to see that in the dash, it's got the 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system in it, and it worked really well. Most of the things you can find, there's a couple of things kind of buried down into the software, but it was easy to get to once you could do it. And if you look through the back of it, it's got 21 cubic feet of storage behind the third row. But if you fold everything down, you can get it out to 96.8, and you can put a lot of stuff back there.
A drum set.
A drum set, a sleeping bag. I think you could actually put some sleeping bags there. So it really feels a lot bigger than what you would think of a midsize. Now, to power all this, you get up under the hood. It's got a 3.6 liter V6 in it, 276 horsepower, 266 pound-feet, backed by an 8-speed transmission. It's not the most powerful, but it's got plenty of power for this vehicle. It'll drive at any speed you want, probably speeds you shouldn't be driving at out on the interstate anyway. Now, properly equipped, there's a little bit of a tow package. It will tow 5,000 pounds with it. Now, the EPA says in the city you should be looking for about 16, out on the highway 22, combined at 18. You can get the 22 out on the highway. My combined for the week, though, wasn't quite that. And so
not.
we had,
What was it,
but one of
5?
the things I really liked about it was the smooth acceleration of it. I mean, it's not a race car, like I said, because it doesn't have the most power, but it's got more than adequate. It was a very nice driving vehicle. My wife even liked it. The other thing I really liked about it, on the interior, it's got a rather high
Do you
seating.
still see your wife?
Once in a while.
Okay.
So it's got real high seating, so the driver's got a great view without all the glass and stuff, and it's got a very controlled driver feeling like you're in control, but not floaty drive down the highway. Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, you might look at a Ford Explorer that starts at about 32.6, can easily get up to the 54 plus. A Honda Pilot starts at 32.550 and easily bumps the 50,000. Chevy Traverse has got one. It's a little bit on the lower side, 29,008 starting point, but it also will get up to 51,000. So you can get a base Atlas for $31,545. That's the entry. But our vehicle with the premium, the test MSRP on it was $50,995. The MSRP is tested because we had a couple of little small options to go in there, but mainly it was
They weren't small.
the suggested retail price was $51,000. But that's the thing.
But that's still really
it's
in the
packages.
sweet spot.
By the
of that.
time you get to the premium with the all-wheel drive, there's really no options for it. I mean, this is basically back to that mysterious delivery thing, delivery destination charges.
Yeah.
So that puts it at $51,700, which is competitive with the other vehicles in the same segment. But it's really not optioned because that's the package. You get to the premium with that. That's what you get.
Get these away from me.
Please.
Yeah, we're
keeping you off
we're
camera.
listening to you.
Yeah,
eat
listen.
them.
Yum, 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 yum.
Wait a minute.
So
wait a
anyway,
minute,
that was
hold
my
on.
review of the Atlas.
So
Jeff brought
Jeff
the jelly
brought in
beans.
a mixed bag of jelly beans, and I've discovered this because some of them taste like soap, and they're all different kinds of sizes. And I start looking at them. Some of them are labeled Starburst.
Yeah.
Other ones, there's something from the 7-Eleven, I
Dove.
think.
Some are labeled Dove.
So on Don's desk that you can't see are all of the licorice flavored
Yeah.
ones.
I do like those. Here,
He's pulling those out.
Starburst and
They're-
Dove.
Don't send them
let's
over here.
Put them over here. Where
there's a couple of them that taste like soap.
Joy and Dove. Those are the brands.
That, right?
Joy and Dove.
Yeah.
It's
So-
a dawn of a new age.
Oh, there you go.
So to speak.
They taste like soap, or they taste like
No, not all
ointment.
of them.
Ointment.
They taste like ointment. Yeah.
You woke Suze up.
Poor Suze. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon, and Podcast Addict, among others.
We need to list all of them just to see.
No,
if you can get them all in one breath.
I think what I'm going to do is going to say your favorite podcast channel,
Save us a minute every show.
pretty much,
You'd still be late.
as we always are. The In Wheel Time show continues right after this quick break.
The Tailpipes and Tacos monthly cruise-in has become so popular you'll be able to attend at more locations. Enjoy fabulous Houston car culture at any of the 4 participating Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex restaurants. Tailpipes and Tacos will be held in Tomball at Highway 249 near 2978, Bay Area Boulevard near the Gulf Freeway in Webster, the Grand Parkway just south of I-10 and Katy, and the Kirby location off the Southwest Freeway. Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and awesome cars. Mark your calendar for Saturday, April 17th for the next Tailpipes Tailpipes and Tacos at one of the 4 participating Lupi Tortilla Mexican restaurants, 8 to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone is invited. See collector cars, hot rods, customs, originals, and resto mods. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in this friends and family event. Start your Saturday off right at Houston's hottest cruise in. Tailpipes and Tacos, April 17th, 8 to 11 a.m. Participating Lupis are located in Tomball, Katy, West University, and Clear Lake. April 17th. In real time, we'll be broadcasting from the West University location on the Southwest Freeway, weather permitting.
Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching in real time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.